So if you've watched any of my videos at all, you would understand that I have very strong views regarding religion. In my recent videos, I've only talked about Christianity, and I've had people accuse me of being a Christian basher or whatever they call it, anything like that, and that's not the case. I hate religion as a whole in its entirety. So I've made several videos addressing Christianity and its beliefs and its shortcomings and all of its problems, and I've promised a lot of people that I would be making different videos on different types of religions. So here's one of those videos. Now, I'll admit that 9/11 as a whole, the terrorist attack, and everything that happened on 9/11 has started a lot of prejudice-driven videos and statements to be made against Islam and Muslims as a whole. But I can assure you that this is not one of those videos. This is an educated video. I spent a lot of time researching, as I've never been really involved in Islamic religion, as I've never really been involved with Muslims. So I can promise this isn't a prejudice-driven video. This isn't to be discriminatory. This is simply fact-based and what I've found in my research of Islam. I don't know about you, but I've heard several different arguments about how Islam is a peaceful religion and how the extremists and the terrorists are the ones who give it a bad name, and that not all Muslims are like that. And I've just heard all the arguments in the book, and I have met a few Muslims, and I will admit they seem like nice people. They didn't seem like terrorists. They didn't seem like, extremists, but I will admit that the extremists have given Islam a bad name. But nonetheless, Islam is a very, very dangerous religion, and just a religion that you don't want to get involved in. Literal definition for Islam is submission. Islam's the very definition of submission, and all Muslims are not created, nor are they treated equally. Submission in Islam pretty much glorifies slavery, and it means slavery, and the religion itself sort of just makes it seem like this awesome thing and this thing that you want to be involved in, and it's really not. Christianity has its aspects of submission, such as submitting to God or whatever. And like Christianity, Allah tells Muslims through the Quran that if they don't submit, they will be tortured forever for all of eternity in a hell-like place. Chapter 8, verse 50 of the Quran says, "If thou could see how the angels receive those who disbelieve, smiting faces and their backs, saying, 'Taste the punishment of burning.'" Another verse is chapter 47, verse 15, which says, "Those who are immortal in the fire are given boiling water to drink so that it tears their bowels." So pretty much, it says those who are immortal in the fire, people who are going to live forever in hell, they're going to be given boiling water to drink. So it's just this fear factor that's found in all kinds of religions, that if you don't do something a certain way, you're going to get a punishment. And a lot of religions follow this punishment of eternal hellfire and brimstone. And as many people know, it's common knowledge that the Quran is the holy book of Islam. But when you take a closer look at this book, it makes some pretty hefty demands out of Muslims. In chapter 4, verse 84, it says, "Fight in Allah's cause." And then it goes on to say, "It may be Allah that will restrain the fury of the unbelievers." This verse pretty much encourages Muslims to fight against anybody who doesn't believe like they do. No matter if they're friends or not, if they don't believe what you do, fight them. Not only that, but have you ever seen the way that Muslims treat non-believers, believers in different religions, atheists, anything like that? If not, you would be really surprised of how they treat people. And they even have a precise list of rules of what to do with people. So I'm going to share that with you now. If they are Jewish or Christian, classify them as, and forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but classify them as dhimmis and make them pay a special tax to the Islamic endorsed government in return for not being murdered by Muslims. Now, before I go any further, if you are a Christian or if you are Jewish, you need to pay a tax for as thanking us for not murdering you, for not believing how we do. So, because you believe in something different, you have to pay us a tax because we didn't murder you. And it goes on to say, if they do not pay this tax, then enslave, rob, and lynch them as you please. But that's not even the worst of it. If they are not Jewish nor Christian, then enslave, rob, and lynch them as you please. If they are atheist, kill them. If they were Muslim and left the faith, kill them. Kill them now with scalding water. So, in Islamic nations, you pretty much have the choice between being enslaved, submitting and converting to a Muslim, or being killed. What a peaceful religion, huh? As I said earlier, not all Muslims are created equal. They're not treated equal. And one aspect of that is that women are much lower on the totem pole than men. And it's pointed out time and time again in the Quran. Chapter 40, verse 20 of the Quran says, "And if ye wish to exchange one wife for another, and ye have given unto them a sum of money, however great, take nothing of it." So women are viewed as cattle or pets or something like that. They're actually viewed as one half. Muslim women are actually viewed as one half of a Muslim man. They're not even a full human. But if a man gets bored of his wife or wives, as polygamy is allowed in the Quran, then he can just sell her and get another one, pretty much, and that's fine. Also, according to the Quran, it's okay to beat and abuse your wife. Chapter 4, verse 34 of the Quran says, "But it says, men are the maintainers of women, because Allah has made some of them to excel others, and because they spend out of their property. The good women are therefore obedient, guarding the unseen as Allah has guarded. And as to those who part you for fear of desertion, admonish them, and leave them alone in the sleeping places, and beat them. Then if they obey you, do not seek a way against them. Surely Allah is high." So pretty much, if a woman leaves you or whatever, if she doesn't obey you, then it's okay to beat her, because that's just the thing to do in Islam. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about women in Islam, because I could go on literally forever, because there are just so many verses about women. But it's pretty much, a lot of people know that women aren't treated equal in Islam. Women aren't treated the same, and women are abused day in and day out in Islamic nations. Another thing that makes this religion so dangerous is, statistically speaking, this is the most violent religion on the face of the earth. This isn't some uninformed guess that I'm making. This is literally the most violent religion on the earth. According to the religionofpeace.com, as of today, Saturday, December 7th, 2013, Islamic terrorists have carried out more than 22,018 deadly terror attacks since September 11th, 2001. So in 12 years, there have been, a little over 12 years, there have been over 22,000 deaths because of Islamic terrorist attacks. This doesn't account for unreported attacks, and this doesn't include honor and judicial killings, such as stoning or flogging for petty crimes. I'll be the first to admit that there's violence in every religion, and everybody knows that. But Islam, there is literally not a day that goes by where somebody doesn't lose their life because of this religion and because of the things that this religion teaches. Now, as you can see, Islam is such a dangerous religion, and I could literally go on for quite a while, but I don't want to talk for 20 or 30 minutes. But pretty much, as you can see, this religion is about slavery, this religion is about abuse, this religion is about inequality, just all kinds of things. Now, before I go, I'm going to leave you with 9 reasons why Islam is not a religion of peace. This is directly quoted and paraphrased by from the religionofpeace.com. Number 1 is there have been 18,000 deadly terror attacks committed explicitly in the name of Islam in just the last 10 years. Number 2, Muhammad, the prophet of Islam, he had people killed and killed people himself for criticizing his religion. This included women, men, even young people alike. Islam teaches Muslims to follow in Muhammad's footsteps. Number 3, Muhammad said that he has been ordered by Allah to fight men until they testify that there is no God but Allah, and that Muhammad is his messenger. In his last 9 years of his life, he ordered no less than 65 military campaigns to do that. To go to people and force them and torture them until they say that Allah is the only God. After Muhammad died, the people who knew him and lived with him immediately fell into war with each other, and that just shows the violence that just brews in this religion. Muhammad directed Muslims to wage war with other nations who served other gods and other religions until they submitted to Allah. In the first 20 years following his death, his Arabian companions invaded and conquered Christian, Jewish, Hindu, and Buddhist lands. To this day, not a week goes by where Islamic people don't attempt to kill Christians, Buddhists, Hindus, Jews, and atheists alike. Just because of what they believe, not because of who they are, not because they did anything wrong, just because of what they do or do not believe. Islam is the only religion that retains its membership by threatening to kill anybody who leaves. This is directly ordered by Muhammad himself. Islam also teaches that non-Muslims are less than humans. They're not actually humans. And there's actually a chart, I'll put the link in the description, that shows like a Muslim woman is only half of a human, and then it goes all the way forward until an atheist woman is only considered 1/16 of a human. Now, murder is frowned upon in Islam, and Muslims who kill other Muslims can and will be put to death. But, as ordered by Muhammad, no Muslim shall ever be put to death for killing a non-Muslim. The Quran itself never speaks of Allah's love for non-Muslims, but it speaks of his hatred, despise, and cruelty toward non-Muslims over 500 times. Now, that's pretty much it. Definitely leave your comments and your ideas and your opinions below. I would love to read them. I do read all my comments. I try to respond to all my comments. Please let me know what you guys think. Send me a message if you have any questions or any video ideas that you want me to talk about. But religion itself isn't good. Religion itself, I am against. For various reasons. This one was particularly about Islam. Islam is a very dangerous, very controlling, very serious religion that you don't want to get involved in.